Yo, what's up, guys? Hey, today we're going to be doing some jiu-jitsu training for a really small group of my students. So normally when I'm teaching jiu-jitsu, I have a really large class. And the problem, it's not a problem, it's actually a good thing, is we have a ton of new people in class, a lot of white belts. And so for today's video, what I wanted to do is these guys have some belt graduations coming up, and we needed to get on some blue belt level techniques for them. So in today's video, I'm going to show sweeps, and they're going to go from white belt and one stripe all the way to blue belt. I'm going to show every single sweep from white belt and one stripe to blue belt that's in my curriculum. I think every sweep. We'll see how much time do you guys have? Like 10 hours? Just kidding. We'll get them done fast. Here we go. This forearm, not his wrist, not his elbow, because I'm going to throw him that way, and he can base with his elbow or base with his hands. But if I hold right in the middle, he won't be able to base. Now this hand here is going to come, and I'm going to grab a chunk of his gi hanging out here. If he doesn't have gi pants on, I can go underneath his leg, which I love to do this, but the problem with this is if he sits on my hand can get trapped, he can submit me there, there's a bunch of stuff that can happen. So I'm going to catch here. Now, I'm here and here. I open my legs, and I'm going to turn this way, and I'm going to make this leg go underneath him, and wherever his head's pointing, that's where I'm throwing him. The mistake that people make is they try to push this way, and he has balance. Now I have an arm bar, but he has base. So instead, I bring my leg up, and I cut it down. Throw him, and I come to the top. Now bring your right leg way up his back, just like you're going for an arm bar, and then bring him right at me. Pressure, they're kind of coming, well, it's perfect, I can take them that way, right? But if I'm trying to sweep like this and I feel more backwards pressure, I'm going to abandon that and come up with a Kimura sweep. Not everyone calls it the Kimura sweep, but I like to call it that way. Now, I generally teach this in class where if they have their hands on the floor, then I come up, I put my hand down, and now from here, this is my driver leg. I sit into their lap here. If he's bringing that hand for base, okay, go back. As soon as I see it coming, go ahead, start to base. I'm catching it and then throwing him over, right? That's how I normally teach it in class. However, for today's lesson, we're going to start out with the pendulum sweep. I'm not feeling it, so I take and I pull his arm back. When I pull his arm back, it makes him try to posture back. When he does, I go with it, and that's how I sweep him. It's very important that we get that elbow not here, because I can only lift my hips a little bit, but my elbow has to be off. You can even pull, and then they resist. And then I pull, and they resist, and then I go for it. All right, guys, ready? Okay. Good. Make sure you get the elbow off the ground. There you go. Good job, Andy. Nice job, buddy. A little high. A little bit more. Okay, so he moves back in my guard to create space. So instead of pulling him back into my guard, I'm going to make the open guard position. All right, now, in this position, I have an advantage right now with my shins inside. For those of you guys who might think, well, this is very sport-orientated, some of the things we're doing are, but open guard is not sport-orientated. It was designed for people punching you. He tries to punch me now, see? Open guard, look at, pow! I won a fight like this once. I reversed him with the sweep we're about to show, so I had to hit the reversal. But this will work for a real-life self-defense situation. Some of the sweeps are more sport-orientated, but I don't feel this one is. But anyways, I move away to open guard. Now I have control of his sleeves. My shin comes up into his armpit. This leg here goes to his knee, and I can push to create the sweep, or I can make a scissors motion and cut to create the sweep. His weight is going to be on his hips, so I'm going to pull him forward, and then I make the sweep. Boom. Okay, let's go back. In this position, if I lose his arms, and he starts to make underhooks on my legs or anything like that, he starts to get inside, my first attempt will be to re-lasso. See how this one is? How he's controlling me? Look it. Whoa, sorry about that. Smashed it with my toe. Re-lasso. But if he gets his arms, he gets really in there. Get both arms in. Now I make the butterfly guard. So now I'm in butterfly guard. From this position, if he starts to bring his hands out from butterfly guard because he can't pass with my hooks there, if he had his hands underneath my legs and he kept them there, I can make like the choke, I can catch his arm here and make a submission hold. His smart thing for him to do would be to pull his arms out. Now I make the underhook. I come here. I turn slightly off to the side. This hand's going to be ready for this hand here, so I can make a, so he's going to balance, so I got to catch that so he doesn't balance. I bring him off his hips, right? And then sweep. Now when I come here, because I have an underhook, he has an overhook, if I go to the mounted position, he can roll me over. So instead, I come here like this, and I lift the arm up, catch this, and I sit through before I hit side control. So I'm having these sweeps from open guard, but if he's getting his arms in, whoa, now I'm in butterfly guard. He comes out. Hey guys, all my students are in there practicing these moves right now, but I just wanted to mention, if you guys want to learn our entire jiu-jitsu curriculum from white belt to black belt, these are all available at teamthirdheaven.com. It's super crazy affordable to become a student of mine online. And man, we have like not only jiu-jitsu curriculum from white to black belt, but we have our ranked kickboxing program from white to black belt, traditional weapons from white to black belt. We have a new Kung Fu Wing Chun course, and we're adding new courses all the time. So that's here we go. Okay. All right, guys. Now, thinking, progressing through jiu-jitsu in the belt levels, that everything links together. There's a step-by-step progression from everything. This is a problem with people who just learn from YouTube. You guys are watching my video on YouTube and you only learn from YouTube, you're not learning jiu-jitsu. First of all, you have to learn a step-by-step progression. On our website, teamthirdheaven.com, we teach a step-by-step white belt to black belt level. But in class, you're not only learning a step-by-step progression, but you're also feeling it with higher level people. So that's also important. But anyways, remember the step-by-step. Now, there's more techniques to the butterfly guard, right? But we're not going to do all of them tonight, but just as an example, if I'm here like this and Pastor Chris is, I'm trying to throw him this way, but he leans back really far, then we can move, we can move here and do this sweep. If he wizards my arm, like trap my arm, from over the top, he catches here, then I can then throw him this way, right? So there's all kinds of different techniques from the butterfly guard, but staying within the blue belt level, where in those we're starting to reach a little further, what I like to think of now is if I'm here and I have his arms and he feels vulnerable and so he stands up. He stood up. Okay, so now from here, I'm going to transfer my feet to his hips. Okay, I'm going to make a cross grab here like this. And I need to reach for that ankle. You notice how I can't reach his ankle, right? The way to reach it is to turn my hips. Then I reach it. See? Oftentimes when they stand up, they automatically bring one leg in between your legs. So then it's easier to reach. But still, I have to turn my hips to get it. If I just try to grab it, just pull your leg away, I don't have it. Go back. If I turn my hips now, pull your leg away, it's there. Now this foot comes here, like this. Myself and many people in jiu-jitsu learned the sweep like this. To push, to pull, and to trap here, or like that, right? But I like to do it like this. I like to give them a little lift, and then just set them down. Catch here, I give them a little lift. Now that I've got him here, I ride up to the top, and then I'm in position here. He can do the same transition to me. I want to just keep your balance for a second, okay? See how her foot's off the ground? You see her foot's not touching the ground. If I set her back down where her foot's supposed to go, she'll fall. See? Try to sit up on me. See, I don't let her, right? Now, if I didn't have this grip, it's an ankle lock. She's going to fight for the ankle lock now. Then maybe she's going to tap me out. But because I have this grip, she can't try to sit up on me. She can't sit up. And then I just move back. And I come to pass the guard. The perfect pass from here is just come right over. All right, guys, let's try it. Ready? This next one's called the Sickle sweep. So, here we go. So from here,
I have nightmares about that.
I was just telling my class that you have nightmares about the Sickle sweep?
No, you saying it like that.
Oh, for me saying it like that?
Yeah.
I thought maybe I hit it so hard
have
on
a
you once you had
1-900 line,
nightmares
don't
about it. You know, this sweep, I just got done telling these guys, people that are watching this video, that this sweep should be your go-to sweep from here. I mean, you're going to hit everybody with that sweep. It's really, really easy. People fall really easy for that one. I've seen it in MMA a lot. I had a fighter got down on his back and he was getting pounded on. He didn't grab anything. He just went boom and just launched the guy, got up and won the fight. So, you know, it can work. But the Sickle sweep happens when I try to catch this leg, but he steps back, just out of my reach. Now, I want to say, if he steps really, really far back, so this knee's forward, the other one's way back, then the move is different. That's a different technique. And I don't know that we'll have time for that other technique, but the sickle sweep is like this. He steps back a little bit. I can't quite reach it. I switch my grips. That's the first step. I'm gonna rotate my body really hard this way and come for this ankle. And as I do that, simultaneously, this foot catches here. Hey, Becca, can you show my foot?
Got it.
You see how I cup with my foot? Anytime you're doing a foot sweep, whether it's standing or it's the guard, you gotta catch here, never with your ankle or you'll hurt your foot real bad. And then I just push and sweep underneath them. Now, if I do it slow like this, it doesn't really work. You kinda gotta do it all at once. So I'm here, he steps back a little bit, switch. Boom, and then I'm on top.
You got this, Pastor Chris?
Of course.
Make it look good.
So good.
You're gonna be famous on YouTube. Well, actually, Mike's doing it right now. All you have to do is fall.
Oh, that's what I said. I got it.
That was much better.
I think what you.
My students were having a hard time coming up from the move. Now, when I was, 150 pounds and I was really fast, this is how I did the sweep, and I learned it from the current lightweight world champion at the time, but this is back in the, late 90s, early 2000s. And so the way that we did it then, and it's not gonna look as good now, but I'll try my best. She steps back. When I go for the sickle, when I come here, I let this leg go all the way through. So I pass it through, then I catch. Then from here, I can come up. Rather than trying to come right into that half guard every time. I'll try it, guys. So we just reviewed those 6 basic sweeps, which are required for the blue belt level, okay? Now, what I want to mention here, guys, is that every single technique now, all of them, that I can think of, we didn't do half guard. So someone's going to say we didn't do half guard. Besides half guard, every sweep that I can think of, from white belt to black belt, branches off of those 6 sweeps. Those 6 sweeps are the core, and then from there, the variables are dependent upon what your opponent does. And learning those variables are what you need to learn to go from purple to brown to black. And then once you master that whole system of having the core moves and then the variables, then you're going to beat anybody. It doesn't matter how strong you are or how out of shape you are or whatever. You can be out of shape and fat like me. You can still beat people because you just go through the motions and just hit the moves. So let me show you guys. So, and before I had here, but in this situation, he steps back a little bit and pushes my feet to the floor. Now we have a variable. Will my other sweep work? Will the sickle sweep work? No, because he's holding my legs. But what sweep did I start with? Come back. I start with this one. I'm always starting with the core sweeps. But if they do something, it creates a variable that I have to change my strategy now. So he pushes my legs to the ground. Here's the ball. If he has my legs, I can't stay on my back. He's going to pass my guard. I have to sit up. So anytime someone has your legs like that, you have to sit up. Now, I'm going to catch this grip here, and I'm going to feed the arm here like this and catch it. Now, I'm going to hold his pant leg here. And my hand is holding his pant leg like an uppercut with my fist facing the ceiling. And all I do is I take my head and I just lay down on his foot. Then I have this. What happens if I was here and I tried to do this, but he stepped back so I can't reach? Step back a little bit so I can't reach? Well, now my jiu-jitsu has failed. My moves don't work, right? But it's just another variable. So now I come here, then I dive underneath to make the sweep, okay? So those first 6 sweeps are to blue belt, but then the variables are to purple belt. You want to try one of the purple belt sweeps?
Sure.
Okay, so the purple belt sweep will be, he's here. He has my pants, so I catch. So if he had this here, I would catch it. I would push this here and catch, like that, okay? Now I come here. Now he's not going to squish me when he lands on me because I'm going to be way away. I'm going to be way over here. See? I never felt his weight on me. All right, you guys. So that's one of the first purple belt sweeps. Let's try it. I'm trying so hard to put up some good jiu-jitsu content. I appreciate some of our new subscribers and people checking out our Team Third Heaven website. And we'll catch you guys later. Thanks, guys.